Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I'm going to talk about Are TBRs Fun or Not? It doesn't exactly say it's a tag, but it sort of is a tag, and I'm going to tag some people. I was tagged in a video by Daniela at Uncommon Reader. I'm going to repeat what Daniela said to properly credit the creator of this idea. Welcome to Uncommon Reader. Today I'm joining at the Great Literary Rabbit Hole conversation on whether TBRs are fun or ruining our reading. Consider us a book chat tag. Candy says in her video, see link below, if you want to take part in this conversation, you can use the hashtag TBR Fun or Not, and tag me so I know you did a video. If you wanted to use prompts around this conversation, here are a few to consider. And there are 12 prompts to this. The first prompt is how many books are currently or normally on your TBR. My story graph shows that I have 360 books on it. Most of the 360 books are physical books that I own and I've yet to read. There are some digital books. There are some books that I haven't got yet, but I do intend to read. But the lion's share of them are physical books that I own and have yet to read. I also created a spreadsheet not too long ago that I call Booktuber Suggestions. And for that's a list of books that I saw booktubers talk about that I might consider at some time in the future. I list the booktuber and the book and the author. I guess I can consider that more of a pile of possibilities, as people refer to things like that, than anything else. I don't really consider it a TBR. It's done so that if I do read one of those books, I can properly credit the booktuber or booktubers who planted the idea in my mind. The second prompt is how do you choose TBR books, and have you ever gamified your TBR? That is prompt jars, TBR games. I'm really just going to talk about short-term TBRs because, as I said, the TBR and story graph is just a list of mostly of physical books I have, and I don't refer to it to pick books off of. It's just there so I know what books I have, and hopefully I can read them as time goes on, at least some of them. So I don't actually do a physical short-term TBR. So I don't pick any books that I'm going to read in a given month anymore. I talk a little bit later about how I tried it and it didn't work. What I do though is I take part in several book clubs per month, and those book clubs select the books. Sometimes you get to vote for them, but there's a book per month. Sometimes it's bi-monthly, but so the books that the book clubs select, those are what I would consider my short-term TBR, my TBR for the month, the books I try to read. And I've never gamified my TBR, done things like TBR jars or anything like that. I wouldn't want to do things like that. When booktubers reach a certain popularity level, they frequently have to do things like that to let their subscribers decide what they read, or especially if they have some kind of paid tier like a Patreon or a subscription on YouTube. And I understand that, but I wouldn't want something like that to pick my books. The third prompt is, do you have reading areas of focus to choose books for? If yes, how many? No areas of focus, just as I said, the book clubs. I try to read the books that are the monthly book club selections. The fourth prompt is, does a TBR help you focused? Not really. Last May, I wanted to do AAPI Heritage Month, which was May, and I picked 8 books, and I read 2 or 3 of them and part of one more, and the 8 was probably a real stretch goal, but still it made me realize that I just don't want to do that. I don't want to select books that way. It just makes me anxious. With the exception, as I said, short-term TBRs, reading the book club books, but other than that, I'm not going to pick books on my own. The Fifth prompt is, do you suffer from the book noise of a TBR? I did suffer from the book noise when I did my short-term TBR for May. There is one thing though that I just thought of. One short-term TBR where selected books did work was October, where I did the Spooky Scary Skeleton Halloween Readathon by Nicole and Nicole's Bookish Nook. For some reason that one worked for me. So there is an example that it did work for me. But beyond that, I don't think I'm going to do them. And in general, the TBRs make me anxious. I don't like them. The sixth prompt is, do you give your TBR a time limit, and does a TBR make you stress about reading quick enough? I do have a time limit on the book club books, and that does sometimes stress me, although not as much when I selected books myself. The seventh prompt is, do you have rebellion syndrome, not wanting to read a book because you put it on your TBR and now feel you have to read it? I didn't do my own short-term TBR long enough for this really to apply and decide whether I might do that, but I think it would. I think I would get too difficult for me. As I said, I'm doing the book club, so that's kind of establishes like 4 or 5 books per month for me, and that's kind of enough. The eighth prompt is, do you keep books in a TBR until they are read or swap the TBR on regularly? Well, on my Storygraph TBR, I've never took a book off of it. I probably should, and maybe I should even again go through the books I own and haven't read, do a unhaul. Realistically, I'm not going to read them all. That's just the realistic way of looking at it. But no, I haven't taken any off my TBR on Storygraph. The ninth prompt is, have you ever killed a book by having it in a TBR too long? The answer is no, but maybe I should. 10th prompt is, do you have a tick list for your TBR to tick off books as you read them? I did recently start a spreadsheet to track the books that I read and also the new books that I get. It's partly because I want to read down the books I own, and hopefully this spreadsheet will help me do that by showing what new books I get, and hopefully I'll try to make an effort to read those, because otherwise if I don't, they're going on the TBR with the rest of them. 11th prompt is, what one change you think would help your TBR be more fun? I can't really think of anything that would make a TBR fun for me. I just really don't. I really like to mood read, and as I said, with all the book clubs, I'm not mood reading too much as it is. So beyond those, I don't think of anything that would make a TBR fun for me. Final conclusion, TBRs fun or not? They're not fun to me. And then to tag people. First, if you're looking at this, please consider yourself tagged. If you like to do this, please do so. If you like to reply to one or more of these prompts in your own video or in my comments. And as it said in the intro to this, these prompts are just kind of guidelines. You could establish some own thoughts yourself about TBRs too. But I am going to tag a bunch of people, just their names. The usernames will be in the description of the video. I'm tagging John, Nix, Smitty, Kayla, Milena, Maeve, Nick, Heather, Brian, Fred, Nicole, Flossie, Justin, Kevin, Nigel, Renee, Felix, Elaine, Philip, Cliff, Hannah, Jen, Gavin, Suey, Pat, and Kelly. Just if you'd like to do this, please do so. Hope you have a wonderful reading week. I hope you're having a wonderful week in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.